start the recording from right now. Where was I? Right here. Let me just close all these windows here. And here's my office. It was what was the name of that file that we were doing? Let me check. It's in my cloud.
Evening.
Yes. Hi, Linda.
Late? It's just 6 o'clock. Am I late?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. Are we doing anything or reviewing?
We're just waiting for everybody to sign in.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
That graduation.
Let me inbox. I thought it was inbox. Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so here's the jukebox flyer. That's the one we were doing.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, nice. That's good. Very, very good.
I sent mine too.
All right. Very nice. Yeah, everything is good. This could have been a little bigger. The bullets and this center. Just little things, you know. But let me before I respond to any of this, let me just take a quick look at all of them that you guys sent. Okay. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
That's very nice. It came out really nice.
Thank you.
Yeah, see, underlining and using italics, it enhances the text.
And I put a frame around
that headline could have been a little bit bigger. Remember, the headline is the main eye catcher, along with the picture. But yeah, but this is really nice.
Thank you.
It's very nice.
Thank you.
No, very nice.
I almost had a heart attack doing it, but that's okay.
I like the picture that you use. So let me see.
Thank you.
It makes mine look really bad now.
No,
Don't say that. Don't say that. Everybody did good.
Thank you. It looks really nice.
All right, I have to go down and look at the other ones, but I'll do it when we're not in class. So it was a jukebox flyer.
Oh. Oh, you're sharing the screen. I can't go on yet. Okay.
Who's sharing the screen?
You are.
All right.
Can I go on my Microsoft account while you're doing this? If I go to side by side?
Yeah. Yes? You can always minimize my window.
That's what I'm trying to do, but I can't.
I can, because I don't think I'm in full screen right now. Let me see.
Oh,
no, I'm not in full screen. So, but when I switch to
I'm gonna minimize
share screen, I think that's what happens. That's when it happens. That it goes into full screen, I think.
Okay.
Anyway, just gonna go really quick and go over this assignment, okay?
Should I start typing all that, Mr. Vasquez?
Let me see, I can barely hear you. What was that?
Should I start typing all that?
Oh yeah, you don't have this. This we actually type it because it was only a few lines.
Okay.
Jukebox for sale. Let me zoom in to Marine. So if you there, so that's good. It's a quick review on this one, and then we'll start the new one on page.
But are we gonna work on the one you have on the screen right now?
Yeah, we're gonna quickly fix this because this one it was meant to be homework to be done at home, but I'll go over it right now. And then we can do the next one here on the list. They have a couple more, and then we'll be moving to the module two. I don't know, where is it? Right here. On the other one, we're gonna type, research papers. I think a research paper and a resume and a letter, things like that. This is they wanted to just introduce you to the images and text really quick. Fairness. Anyway. All right, we're ready to start. So everybody has this, or you guys need to type it. I'll leave it on the screen for you guys to type it. It's only a few lines. This is the one that we were gonna do on Thursday, and then take it as homework, do it at home. And I noticed a few of you were able to finish it. But if you haven't finished it, we'll do it really quick right now.
So those of us who have finished it, just wait and watch then, okay?
Yeah, for a little while,
Okay,
so that way
thank you. No
anything
problem.
that you
Thank you.
miss, that you can see here how I'm gonna do this. I guess everybody's ready to go.
Yes.
All right, so make sure you type this on a new Word document.
Mm-hmm.
And look at, when we creating any type of document in Word or on any program, the first thing before you do anything is type the document. Type it first. I always see people, especially, they people are always trying to start messing around with as soon as they type the first line, they go and mess around with the size of the text, they make it italics. You don't do none of that. Even when you're writing a letter, even if you make a spelling error, just type the letter. And then once you're done typing, then you can run the spell checker. You can read it aloud. You can do the proofreading afterwards. Don't spend time, because sometimes you're more efficient if you type it first and then revise it later. And once it's revised, then you're gonna start doing the other formatting. The formatting is the changing of the size of the text and adding all these styles and all that. Okay. And that's what we'll try to do in this exercise. See, everything is typed. It doesn't look nice or anything. If I were to zoom out right now to 100%, let me show you how it looks. See, that's how it looks. It doesn't look at all like a flyer. Okay, because right now it's just a draft. We just barely type the necessary information to create it. All right, so the first thing is always to start from top to bottom. So the top, this right here is called the headline. And this one always needs to be really huge, because it's the first thing somebody sees when they see a flyer. It's the first thing that catches your eyes, your attention. So usually this, I like to make it, I start usually with the largest size. See, this size wouldn't make it because it's too big. So then I'll go to the next one, which is, this is 72, this is 48. All right, 48 looks good. Not only I'm gonna make the text bigger, but here I can choose a different type of text, different font. And there's several fonts here, and this one, pick the one you like. Okay. Try this Franklin Gothic to see how it looks. See, notice how it's a little thicker, like if I bold it. So that's pretty good font size. Now I'm gonna zoom out really quick to see how it looks. Oh, it looks good. See. So zooming in again, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna center on the page. So once I change the size of the font and the font type itself, then I'm ready to center it. So I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna go alignment, center. There's other things that I could try with the text, such as do some sort of a highlight color to make it look really nice. Like if I go highlight black, but then I change the color of the text to white, nothing happens because the highlight basically covers the whole thing. So let me try. Hey, what happened here? No color. Oh, I need to highlight it first. I'm sorry, I didn't highlight it here. There. See that? Would that look good too? That looks good too because I apply what is called a highlighter. Like if you highlight something and you put letters different color to contrast, I can even do it like if I do yellow here and I do black, then oops, I have to highlight it first. So there it is. See? So I can do different little with the limited version that we have. I can do different things here. Um, this one because it's a dark color, then I will look like a light color here. Maybe one of this here. See that? So I can apply this type of style if I want to. Okay. And what will be the purpose of this? Well, it makes actually the text more noticeable. And what you want on a flyer is to catch the attention of the reader or the audience, the targeted audience. Who is the target audience? The people who want to buy your product or your item that you're selling. Okay. So, and I just see because of the limitations. Let me clear the formatting here. Highlight this. Click the formatting here. And this one once again, oops, it's just that because of the limitations of this program, it doesn't have that much styles or that many styles here. When I go over here, they don't have that much stuff. They have this intense reference. Look at, but it's too small. I will have to increase it to size 48. But even then, it doesn't look that nice. I like the other one better, so I'm just gonna do it really quick here. I like this one, not these colors exactly, but I like this format. So let me take out the highlight, no highlight here, and let me take out the color and just make it black. I was just showing you, okay? And you can do it however you want, because this is meant to be your own, your own what is it? Your own document that you created. So however you like it. Okay, the next thing I'm gonna do, these are the bullets. So the bullets, I'm gonna highlight them here and apply the bullets right away here. And the nice thing, look at, they have different type of bullets. I could use different bullets if I wanted to, okay? So try these bullets if I want to, or try, experiment with other type of bullets. Little, well, it's music. We don't have any music bullets, but guess what? On the full version, we can actually put little music bullets and all that. Here we don't have that. Or maybe let me see, define bullets. If I go right here, there's there's one. This is, see this right here, it says windings, and windings too, and webdings. Let me show you. See, these are little bullets that have a special characters, kind of like emojis type of thing. This is before the emojis type. So I can probably find, if I click on one, look at, let me see if I can find anything related to music.
Excuse me. So wingdings are kind of like emojis. Is that what you just said?
Yeah, it's kind of
Thank
like
you.
the same idea
Thank
here.
you.
I can do, let me see, music. I don't see anything in music here. Let me try the next one, because they have three. Look at, this one was webdings. This is wingdings. So it's different, see that? And I can scroll down, it has a different one, see? And some of them are really nice, just for decoration type of thing. So let me see, I don't have any music. Here, let me try the next one. Number 2, this is the number 2. They look kind of like the same, but they're not, they're different. See?
Can you specifically put in music wingdings?
No,
They do search?
you can do a search. They don't have search on this. Go to the next one. So I go number 3, and I'm just looking. See, these are like arrows and and shapes. So let me go with the first one. I found this with what things. I think here there's gonna be there might be something that
I
I
think
can
the
use.
second one I saw like a cassette player, but it was pretty much about it.
And this one, on this one,
No, and the second one on the web games, the two.
1, 2. I don't think I saw anything, but maybe I'm going too fast. I see these
The
are
other second line, I think I saw like next to the mouse or something on the second line. It's like a
oh,
the,
like a music, like yeah, like this is a CD player. This is kind of like a tape, maybe. Let me see, insert.
it looks like a video.
Yeah, it looks like a tape kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe the CD will be better. Let me go back to the define bullet. That's how you find this thing, okay? And the number 2, you said, yeah, this is like a CD. Because remember, it has CDs, so there you go. It doesn't look that much like a CD, but it is a CD. So there's, yeah, I was able to change the bullets there. And also the size of this bullet should be a little bigger too. Maybe size, usually size 24, so much, maybe less. Size 20 maybe. And then the text, I can make it just the same text as I use here, which is the font, I'm sorry, is Franklin Gothic medium. So they all have the kind of like the same type of text. You notice now? And then this one, usually I want to center it. So first thing is I'm going to center it. We never center the bullets, okay? So I'm going to center this and also increase the size to maybe, I don't know, I'm going to see. This one, it's okay if it's 2 lines, okay? So 20 looks pretty good, and I'm going to go Franklin Gothic. There you go, see that? Let me zoom out so you guys can see my actual flyer. So look at it, it looks way different now. All I need now is the picture right here. Okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and insert the picture right here. So I'm gonna go insert, and then I go picture, and I can use Bing Pictures, which is a Microsoft service. And I can just put what's the name of the jukebox? I forgot. Let me do just, I can just put the name right here and look for it. Oops, insert picture. Oops, picture, and then Bing Pictures. I don't know if this will work. Let's try it. Okay, see, this is the jukebox. And then you can pick whichever you like. Okay, there's a bunch of them. Hey, look at jukebox rocola. That's how they call them in Spanish, rocolas. Let me, I don't know. I can't find one that I really like. Let me see. This one maybe. It's not the best, but you know what? As a matter of fact, I think I have one in my OneDrive. I think I have one. No, I don't. I think I have one here. Give me 1 second. Let me find the one that I'm looking for here. Oh, it's kind of like the same. All right, so this is the one I'm gonna use.
Where's my chips? There's no chips. Where is it? People are looking at you.
And then, yeah, I don't know. It went on top of my
Mom, can you come?
Can you talk well?
Can you come for a little bit?
Talk well. Can you go with grandma? Go with grandma. No.
Just for a little bit.
Okay, there was some mistake here. That's why I need to do it again. I put it in the wrong line. to insert it again. Here it is. All right, and I'm gonna center it also. So when I go to home, right here, center. There, look at. And I still, well, it's borderline. See, notice that line right here? It's telling me that my called 708 number is in the wrong, it's on another page. So right here also on the bottom, I don't know if you can see, it says that I have 2 pages instead of 1. So I have to modify that. I have to fix it. What can I do? Always reduce the size of the picture. It's the easiest thing. So my picture right now is 5 inches. So I'm gonna go probably 4 inches and see if that's enough. But notice that I only did one side and it got like deformed. So let me do it again. So one of the things is the problem with this version that it doesn't lack the aspect ratio. So you have to lock it. So when you minimize one side, you notice how they're all minimizing at the same time. So you have to check this box first before you start resizing the picture. Okay. So now I can click away and see how it looks. Look at that. 1 page, perfect. And I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you guys see my whole page. This is how my what is it? My flyer will look. Look at the difference now to the way
Mr.
compared to the
Vasquez,
way it was. Yes.
can you do the centering of the picture again, please?
Yeah, the picture. Once, let me zoom in.
Yes, thank you.
So once you place the picture, you just click on the picture, go to the home tab right here, home, and then go to the alignment section right here, alignment, text alignment, and then you center it. Make sure that the picture is selected. How do I know that the picture is selected? Because I see the little circles, better known as handles, picture handles. I see the little handles around that tell me that the picture is being selected. So then I can center it at this point.
Mr. Vasquez, I lost connection for a little bit. What size are the letters in the bottom?
Don't forget that this is your project kind of thing. So whichever size you think. I use size 28. And I usually test the size, you know, so it's not too small, not too big. So I tried first, like, I think it was 30 something, and it was just too big. So 28 was fine. And it's 2 lines, it's perfectly okay for this to be 2 lines. Now the bullets, you don't want to be 2 lines. Bullets, you always want in 1 single line because they're easy to read. And one thing that I like that Linda did with this part, like this section right here, where it says cash or PayPal, I can make this text different color, like red, for example, to attract attention. See that? And the word cash, I can make it green. Get the green color here. See that? And I can even, instead of the S, I can add the dollar sign just to make it, oops, yeah, just to make it more attractive, you know, for the, even though it's gonna give me an error because it's misspelled word, but you know, it's really up to you. Because somebody who sees this thing is the first thing is gonna catch the attention is those two words that are in a different color. Another thing also is the phone number. You know, you want to enhance the phone number because it's the contact number. So I don't know, you want to do it maybe underline. Underline is a good thing, and also you can do it bolded more. No, it will be no difference because bold, the text is already bold as it is. So it has to be something else. Maybe color, maybe change the color of the text itself. Be dark red.
And how can I align the picture?
The picture, you click on the picture to select it, and then you go to the home tab and select the text alignment center.
Okay.
So I don't know, I don't like the phone number that color. Maybe blue or something that will match my see. I use red because this thing is red and yellow. Well, maybe orange. No, it won't look good. It won't look good. Let me just put it black. There, just underline will be okay. So underline will be fine. Oh, why it's not underlining? There. So underline should be okay. So just little things that you can do to make your flyer more attractive. There's some other things that people do on flyers. Let me show you here. If I go to insert and I go to, I think it's not symbols, but it's add-ins, or let me check. No, it's not that. There's, I don't know if this version has it or not. New comment, page numbers, symbols. No, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have that feature, which is well, it has emojis. Look at. So they do have them here. Look at. I wonder if we can use them as bullets. I don't know if no, because they didn't show up on bullets, so they cannot be used as bullets. All right, so yeah, there's smaller things that you can do to make your text more attractive. Okay. I was looking for but I don't see it here. It's insert shapes. They don't have the shapes like the regular version has shapes. This one doesn't have shapes, so it's okay. All right, so that's pretty good. Look at there. I'm done with it. That should look really nice. If this bothers you that the word is misspelled because of the dollar sign, don't bother. This is not. It's not a paper that you're writing. This is a flyer to get people's attentions on an item that you're selling. Okay. So, any questions about this?
The underline.
The underline, yeah, the underline is right here. The U.
Okay.
So highlight the part that you want to underline, and then use the underline for that. I don't know, this we can make it, I don't know, do something else with it. But see, I can make the text a little bigger, but notice the 48 and then it goes to 72. Can I put my own size like 50? Oh yeah, you bet. Look at, see? If the size is not there, you can actually type it yourself. 56 maybe. There you go. See that? So it doesn't have to be necessarily the numbers that you see here. If there's a number that you want, but it's not there, you just type it. It will adjust it. You notice how it did it? Now it's size 56 when I only had 48 and 72 available. 72 was too much, 48 was too small. I want 56. I can even go maybe 60. Let's see how big it looks. Yeah, 60 looks good. And see what I did now, my headline, it looks a little better because it's bigger. And that's what you want. You want the attention. All right. Last thing before I save it is the picture. I should add one of those
Frames.
picture styles. Look at.
Right.
And I can test them to see how they look. Let me try this one. No. If I don't like it, then I can try a different one. One that was just the border. See, that one looks good too, because it's just the border around it. Well, I can make it like what's the other one that is erases kind of like the side part, like this one with a kind of like a what is it, a reflection on the bottom. But then see, it messes up my text on the bottom too, so that wouldn't work. So that's how you do it. You test different things to find one that you like. This one is a kind of a relaxed perspective. See, it tilts the thing. No, it doesn't look good. So some of this will not work for this picture. So you have to find the one that you think this is a smaller border. See, smaller black border. If the other one was too much. Yes.
If the image is a rectangle or a square, and you then go to the image in the insert, the circular image, you cannot put that in because the image itself is a square or a rectangle. Is that correct?
Yeah, I think it will cut it off. Let's try it. So I go the circle here. See that? It cuts it off.
Okay. And the other one also, the oblong one, right? Yeah.
This one?
Yes, please.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
cut
I
off.
see. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, this wouldn't work because they cut off the image. So this one with the border around it looks good. See, if we had the full version, it has all the things that I can add to the picture, such as the brightness and the contrast. All those things can modify the image a little bit. You know, your phone when you're messing around with pictures, you know, you can mess around with it with the image itself. You can edit it. Well, this version of Word that we're using is limited. It doesn't have all that. It only has these styles right here, which are nice enough. Okay.
Mr. Vasquez, where did you go to put the $ on cash?
On the keyboard, it's on the number 4. You press the Shift key and then number 4, and it puts the $.
Okay.
Ask you one more question. When you go up to the view options and you go to annotations, that means that you can write stuff, right?
In what section? References?
No, when you go to view options, when it says annotate, what does that mean again?
And view options right here.
That's to
What is that again?
That's when we use it in class. It's when you get a blank page and the teacher wants to write stuff or the helpers want to write stuff, and it's like a pen, pencil, but it's mainly for the teacher to use.
For the host. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I forgot.
So you're talking about here on Zoom, not talking about on the Word. That's how
yeah, sorry. I meant to identify some. I beg your
yeah,
pardon.
in Zoom, it's when I draw things like here, you know, when you see me drawing and stuff, that's what the annotations are.
Thank you.
If I want to enhance something and I want to show something, you know, I do this. Those are annotations that I'm doing on Zoom. That's what you were asking, yeah.
And then you just click out of that if you don't want it?
No, the thing is, the question got me thinking because there's actually annotations in Word that you can do. And also captions, you know, like I can do a caption, but I don't know if this version has it, but the picture, I can do a caption of the picture. It says add captions. I don't know if it has it. See, comments, as comments and captions. See new comment, we'll put a little comment on this, and whoever is, you send this and they open the file, they can see the comment you left there, you know. Those comments do not print out. They're just for the person who's working on the document. But it also has annotations. That's why it threw me off. There you go on the bottom, I think. But as I said before, I don't think this version has it.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. It's a good question. Anyway, so let me zoom out and okay, I had a question. Somebody no, Alma, no, you know what? Don't even. Let's just wait till we go to the next one, okay? Because we're gonna do another one, kind of similar, not similar to this, but it's something where you're gonna make your own. You notice all the steps that I use. I first typed the document, the flyer. They didn't do anything until it was completely typed, and then I verify, you know, the spelling that it was okay. Check the spelling. The next thing is when I started to formatting the text. And as you see me I started with a headline. I didn't put the picture till the end. And then I did the bullets. And then I finally did the last line, you know, the contact information line. And then I did the bullet. I mean, I'm sorry, I did the picture and just added a style, okay? So those are kind of like the steps when creating one of these documents, okay? So let me save it. If you're done with yours, look at, don't forget to click on share and put my email. I'm gonna put it in the chat. Because not all of you can see this. Let me put my email in the chat, and that way you can, if you need to send it, if you want to send it to me, you can just send it there. So it's.
I sent it to you on Thursday.
Huh?
I sent it to you on Thursday.
Okay, you finished it on Thursday. Wow.
Yeah, I just finished doing it in home y luego ya se lo mandé.
Yeah, this, you know, flyers are, Believe it or not, flyers used to be called desktop publishing years ago. I don't know if anybody remembers that word, but they
Yeah.
used to call, yeah, you're gonna do desktop publishing because you can use your desktop computer to do publishing, and it was a big deal when
Mr.
this first came out. Yes.
Mr. Vasquez, how do we delete the second page?
No, you don't delete it. You have to make sure that you reduce the size of the picture for the second page to disappear by itself. Because
No, but mine, everything shows up on the first page, but it does say 2 pages.
all right. If you didn't press enter at the end of this thing, look at one thing that I always do. If somehow look at mine right now is 1 page. You notice, and it says right here 1 page.
Yeah.
So let me show you here, right here, 1 page right here. But if I do this, look at if I by accident, because it happens, I press enter. Notice what happened?
That's what I did.
Okay, well, yeah, and it happens. So I have an extra page now. It says, well, Word hasn't really figured out that I have 2 pages. Well, I don't know what it did, but let me do another enter so you see. So here I have 2 pages. What can I do to raise page number 2? Well, easy. I go to the end of the last line right here, and I just press delete. And the other page will disappear automatically. Delete key on the keyboard, okay? Press the delete key on the keyboard, and it will disappear. Well, mine is still showing. I don't know why.
Is Babas 59?
Yeah, it's on the chat. Just copy the link, and it's easier.
Babas with S, Babas.
It's in the chat, Lupita. If you go to the chat, you can just copy and paste it. Así no tienes, you don't have to type it. It's easier if you copy and paste.
Like we've been sending emails to Mr. Vasquez with our assignments. As soon as I start putting PA, it pops up right away.
It will come up, yeah, because it's the last one.
All the emails I have from Outlook are sent to Mr. Vasquez.
All right, so I'm going to save it here. I'm going to click on this thing. And then since I don't want to change the name, I can just press enter for saving it. Oh, it says to put final. So I'm just going to put final. No, you know what? I'm not even going to, well, yeah. Just put final. So that's the final version that I like. So I'm going to press enter. And there I save, okay?
I thought when you're done with your project, it saves it automatically.
It does save automatically. I just wanted to add final to, so I know that this version is the one that I completed, you know.
Oh, okay.
So I have 2 versions. I have the other one and this.
And if you save it in your folder, when you look for it, you know where it's at.
See, that's the thing. Yeah, you can put it in your folder.
In your Word folder.
In my Word folder. Yeah, I will use that file save as for that, because it makes it easy to do it that way. All right, let me close it, and then we can close it. If you're done, I'm gonna close it.
Can I, before you close? Oh, you did close.
No, I can open it again.
Yeah, I just don't know how to send emails. I've done a few in the past 20 years.
Well,
I forget.
On this one, it sends the email automatically when you click on share. Right here, see this button over here that I'm circling? Share.
Right. Oh, okay. I see.
And then it's gonna bring up a little window, and then you just copy and paste my email from that chat, and it will send it to me. Will send that email to me.
Oh, so you right on the bottom you said share, right?
No, it's right here on the top. Look at my window.
Oh, it's on the top. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's right here next to comments. Right.
Comment.
Can't you see it now? No.
I
A
don't.
little arrow to it. No.
I don't see it. I don't see your little arrow.
Okay, my arrow is coming from here.
Okay. I see.
Down there. And that's another thing. If you have a smaller screen, then maybe you don't see certain features. That's also another thing, you know. That's why when you're working on a phone, you see very limited screen. But if you work on a bigger screen, then you see more of it. That's the thing.
Oh, I see. Share. It's different from yours. Share. And enter the email address, and it's Mr. Babas.
The email, you can, if you can copy it from the chat, it's easier.
You know what? The funny thing is that I'm using for Zoom, I use my phone because I still
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know how
you
to use
told me,
my
yeah, you have to.
phone.
Yeah.
Sorry for being lazy.
No, I know it's good. That way you have to, one that you can be free to work on your. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Let me close this, and then we're
Thank you.
ready to that was page number. If you have your textbook, it's page 51, the one we just completed. It's called Expand Your World. And we create a solution that uses cloud or web technologies by learning and investigating and your own from general guidance, okay?
Okay.
Now the next one is it's a flyer for basically for a company kind of thing, where the company is gonna actually a seminar by Janssen Investments. All right.
What
So
page are you on?
it's on page this one is on page 52.
52, okay.
And it's called Creating a Flyer with a Picture. And this flyer is gonna be so it's gonna require that we start Word right here, Word.
Mr. Vasquez, how do I get rid of my picture? I mean, my
Your
flyer, the jukebox flyer.
if you have, you can close the tab by closing on the X. So make sure that that is not the only tab open, or that you have more tabs open. If it's the only tab open, so you have to go to the waffle menu here, and then go to Word.
Go to Word.
Go to Word. Otherwise, you're gonna lose the
Okay.
your Office, and then you have to open it.
Oh,
again.
okay.
So from Office, look at, we're gonna select New Word document. Okay. New Word document.
¿Qué tiene esta?
Wait a minute.
Yeah, you go to the menu right here. The menu is in this corner right here. It's the Office menu kind of thing, you know. If you don't see this right here, that shows all the applications, you can go to the waffle menu. The waffle menu or application launcher, however you want to call it. I like waffle menu. I don't know why. You know, one time I went to this office and the lady goes, "I'm trying to click on the waffle menu. I have never heard that term." And I go, "What are you talking about?" "Yeah, the waffle menu." She was showing me in Google. Google has the menu too. I go, "You talking about the applications launcher?" And she goes, "No, it's called the waffle menu." I go, "Okay, I never heard of it, but I like it. I like the way it sounds." So, so I call it now but it's called the application launcher.
Okay. Well, for me, it's a waffle because I don't know.
It looks like a waffle. Let me show you here. If I go to Google, let me just click. See, Google sees this right here. It's the Google Apps. When you click on it, it shows all the Google applications available. It's also a waffle menu too. So everywhere that you see these little dots, that's what it means. That is a menu, okay?
How did you get to Google so quick? How did you get to Google so quick?
So I just opened a tab.
Oh, okay.
And I had it on.
Oh, God, it's so
All
much
right.
technology.
You know, you guys think that I'm so good in computers? Well, guess what? This Saturday at noon, when I was trying to get a COVID-19 appointment, I failed. I felt horrible. I was ready. I put all my information. It took me to the appointments. There were 2 appointments available. I go, all right, I'm going to click on the first one. I click on the first one and boom, the computer, you know how it just crashed. And I had to refresh it. When I refreshed it, they were all taken. I go, oh, man.
Oh,
So
man.
it doesn't matter how good you are. You know, those things when you're trying this website that are using for the COVID-19 appointments are horrible. Horrible.
Have you been able to get an appointment, Mr. Vasquez?
You were able to make an appointment?
No, I wasn't. When I clicked, it was available. It said there were 2 slots available. And not here, not locally here. They were in Bowman. So I tried all of them. Believe me, I was fast. But in Bowman, they had 2 open. I go, I'm going to go to Bowman. Who cares? Boom. When I click, and I guess a lot of people click at the same time inside it, but you only got the first one to do it.
You don't have one?
No, I don't have one. I didn't get one. So this Saturday again at noon, they're going to do it again. So we'll see.
I was on at 12 o'clock and by 12:02 they were gone.
Yeah, yeah. When I did my click, it was like 12:04. They were gone already. And I don't think they were 10,000. They lied to us. I think they were less than that.
So you think we have to try like every day or no?
No, no.
Not until next
They
time.
announce when they're available. And I think the next available date is gonna be Saturday and noon again. Supposedly they're gonna have a new website for that. We'll see how.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and click on a new blank document,
Okay.
and a new window is gonna open with a new document there. There it is, a new blank document. And I'll zoom in on mine so we can type when we need to type. Let me zoom into mine. And the first thing, don't forget, you're gonna type the plain text. Not
Tú lo
fancy.
tenías, no te lo di. ¿Dónde? Allá está en el comedor, yo creo.
Mr. Vasquez,
Yes.
this is Lucy Garcia. On my computer, it says they blocked me out because I did something that it doesn't go with the agreement.
I did the same thing. I just had the same thing.
With that text, it says, yeah, with that text on activity that viola los.
You're violating the. Well, what do you do that violated? I mean, what can one do?
I don't do nothing.
Mr. Vasquez, they asked me for, I just had the same thing and it asked for my cell phone number so they could send me a verification
Confirmation.
code.
Yeah, it's just yeah. Make sure that you make sure that it comes from Microsoft and it's not somebody else. Okay?
Oh, true.
Let me tell you one thing before we get into this. Those hackers are people who are always trying to get into your system, and what do they want? Let me tell you what they want. They want information. Information is money. They want information from you. They want your information so they can steal your identity, your bank accounts, you name it. So that's what they want. Where do they come from? From everywhere, from all places. And I'm gonna show you something really quick here now that this happened. So just to give you a little bit of advice on what to do. Let me show you this email that I got. Okay, here it is. Now I'm gonna share the screen so you guys see it. I got this email from my boss at the adult school, Mr. Jeremy Wishadell. He's the principal. And look at what it says. Jeremy Wishadell, school principal, says, write me back immediately. I need your assistance. So I go, okay. But let me tell you one thing right here. Right away, as soon as I saw the line, write me back immediately, it doesn't sound like proper English to me. It sounds, proper English would have been write back, what is it? Write to me, write back to me immediately or something like that.
Can you get back to me as soon as you can or something like
that?
that?
Yeah, something like that. See, a principal wouldn't write that sentence like that. It doesn't sound proper. Right away, that was a red flag. And then right here, I need your assistance. This sentence doesn't have a period. So it doesn't end. So and then the last thing is the email. He's using Gmail. He's a principal from the adult school. He's not gonna use Gmail. So right away, this person is trying to get my attention, befriend me, or letting me know, look, immediately you need to contact me. So if I would reply to the guy and say, yeah, how, thinking that is the principal, and say, yeah, how can I help you? He would have respond back to me, say, look, I need your username and password because I need to access something. Well, I need your information because I'm making a new list of teachers. So I need your address, your phone number, and your name. Imagine me giving it to a total stranger that information. Right away, I knew it wasn't from him. And another thing is I compared the, I knew that it wasn't him. So let me show you here. Let me go here and then show you a regular email from Mr. Wishadell. Here. This is a regular email from Mr. Wishadell. Look at, he even has one of those pictures. A picture for his email. And then here's his proper name, W. It's the middle initial. And this is a valid email from him. So I knew that it was fake email. It was, they call these emails that you just saw, the one I just showed you, is called a phishing email. What they're trying to do is trying to get me to contact these people to give them information. A lot of times you get an email, weird looking email from your bank saying you need to update your information on your bank account. Can you imagine? You give your bank account information? Oh my God, they'll wipe out all your money. So you have to be careful with those things. Okay, those phishing emails. This probably is a foreigner, somebody from outside. Maybe, who knows, a Russian or somebody from out there.
They also do it on Amazon. I got 3 calls from Amazon this week that I had a $9,000 charge and a 900, and I just deleted them.
Yeah, let me tell you, look at this. This is called, well, let me just give you the word here. This is called phishing. It's a phishing email. They're very popular. Now, if you got a phone call, that is called phishing. Believe me, these are words that, okay, that's phishing. It's usually, they use what is called voice over IP. Voice over IP is called. And what is this? Well, they use the internet to call, so that the phone can never be traced.
Oh.
So there's no really phone, and you notice it has no information some of the times, or a fake phone number. So yeah, that's how they do it. That's how they do it. They use a voice over IP to contact you, or email. And the emails are emails like this. They're generic emails. They just created this email for that. If I try to contact that email, it's probably long gone already, because they do catch people. Their guard down, and people will give them all kinds of information. It happens. It just recently, I read or saw in the news that here locally, this guy, he got a phone call saying, "Look, you're one of the winners of the clearing, what is it, the clearing, publishing clearinghouse. That company that supposedly gives out millions of dollars every year. You have to buy like 20 subscriptions to magazines. You guys know what I'm talking about? The publishing clearinghouse. Anyway, so they told me you won, but you know what? Before we can send you the prize, well, you need to send us so and so. And innocently, I guess he sent them money, thousands of dollars.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
it has a lot to do. We humans, we're greedy. You want money, more money. If it's gonna cost you a little money, it's okay. As long as you're gonna get more. But
But
greed
that's
also.
it's
Yeah,
a red
greed has.
flag.
So greed had a lot to do with that, but that's another thing they do. So, but phishing is one of the ways that
Even on Facebook, I had on my Facebook on Messenger, a guy that it was calling me, messaging me all the time. And he was like, oh, honey. And I was like, wait a minute, when did I give you permission to call me honey? And he's like, oh, I had 2 kids and I'm a soldier in Iraq and blah, blah, blah. And he said, can you please send me an iTunes card? And I say, I barely have enough money to support myself. What make you think I'm gonna support you?
And see, well, that's one of the things that they will ask you for money or for different things. I had this student at the adult school. This is a few years back. His wife befriends somebody online, on Facebook, and the guy, gave him all this sad story that he was really being threatened, that he was gonna get killed, to help him out. So these people, they help him out, brought him over here to the U.S., and the man ended up with the wife. and my student, who was the real victim of all this, he just ended up, losing his house, everything. So it happens, you have to be careful with that, you
Yeah,
never
it
know.
does happen.
These people are after things.
On my
Anyway.
email, I started getting a lot of emails from, you know how they show like a little dots color. So this one, it was showing a lot of gray dots, and I just put the check mark and I put report spam, and done.
Yeah, always make sure that you report anything in spam or delete it or block it on your phone. You can block the phone call. If you get, that's another thing really quick here. If you get a lot of those calls, you know, for marketing, you know, like they want to sell you this or they want you to take this call or all these things, selling you something, you can put your number on the no what is it? No call registry, something like that is called. I don't remember the website. It's a government agency that you list your number, and if somebody calls you, you can sue them. You can report them and sue them for, especially for harassment or whatever. If you already told them not to call you, it's the call do not call registries call. Let me show you here. Go back to my window here, and let me show you that it's called a no call registry.
Well, where's that?
Let me show you the registry.
Okay.
It's a federal see, National Do Not Call Registry. This is the website. I'll put the website on the links there on the chat, and you guys can just explore it when you get a chance here. I'm just putting it there for everyone. Do not call .gov is called. See, this is the National Document Registry gives you the choice about whether to receive telemarketing calls because they're annoying. Report unwanted calls, verify your registration, register your phone. I have my phone registered on that. I never get those calls.
So what do you hit, that one? You hit the register?
Yeah, you register your phone as a do not call. You know, you don't want nobody to bother you with, especially with unwanted telemarketing calls. Okay, so if you're in the registry, if the person keeps calling you, you know, you can report them. You come here and then you report the unwanted calls. So this is the website. Just I put it in the chat, so you can just click on the link and then try it and explore it further. You know, but it's really good. I put my phone years ago and I never get those calls. I told my wife, put your phone in the registry. She gets these calls all the time. One time she was almost out with her credit card. I go, what are you doing? Oh, because it's the IRS. I go, wait, the IRS, let me tell you, the IRS will never call nobody.
Yes.
None of the federal taxes, not even the franchise tax board, which is the state, nobody will ever call you. No government agency will ever call. Okay. They have to contact you by law through the mail. Your bank.
Someone who did it.
Yeah.
I know someone who gave all the information. They
Yeah.
lost everything.
It does happen. I'm telling you, it does happen.
Everything.
Yeah. So be careful with that. Okay. Yeah. Just good thing to know.
Oh, it's 7 o'clock.
All right. All right. So let's take a quick
Break time. 10 minutes.
Let's take a 10-minute break, and then when we come back, we can do this. All right.
Thank you.
Can I ask one question?
Sure.
I'm annoying. I have to.
I'm recording now.
Yes. Thank you.
All right. So let me switch to this thing here. That's what we need to type. Okay. So I'll zoom in more, and that's basically the text that we need to type.
Mr. Vázquez. Disculpe, ¿le dio 2 espacios cuando empezó?
Yeah, only 2 spaces right here for the picture, because that's where we're going to insert the picture. So always you leave a space right here between the headline and the first paragraph. Okay, and that's because that's where we'll put the picture. Okay.
Okay. Teacher, ¿cómo está Nelly?
Ahí anda.
Ya lo hice.
Yeah, he's being loud singing.
¿Y su esposa y Pablito?
Bien, everybody's good.
Qué bueno.
We're all safe and.
Are you sure?
Qué bueno, qué bueno. Teacher,
I sent you my work from Thursday. I don't know if you receive it or not.
Yeah, I'll check it when we're done with the class. That way, I can just respond or put a little comment and send it all back. Okay.
Okay. Thank you. I put a jukebox, a cartoon jukebox.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, yeah. See, when you don't put a picture, you use, they call it a clip art. It's slightly different. Okay.
Oh, okay.
A clip art and pictures are completely different. Clip art is usually a drawing of a picture.
Okay. The class is starting now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think everybody's back now.
Where can I go get that picture? And what's the name of the picture?
For this one?
Uh-huh.
For this one, well, not yet. We're not gonna put the picture yet until we fix the text first.
Oh.
So right now, go ahead and type this if you haven't typed this thing. Okay.
I already did.
Oh, you already did? Okay.
Yes. I did it in my break.
All right. So let me just.
Sí, porque no hizo el café, Lupita.
Let's just wait a little bit till everybody's done, and then we can get to format it. Don't forget, first you type it. You don't mess around with anything, and then you fix the text, okay, the size and all that. And the picture is usually the last thing.
Okay. I type it and I save it.
Lost connection. Oh, George got disconnected.
Porque todavía me siento a gusto ahorita todavía. Mis ojitos todavía no me duelen.
Okay.
Ni mi oído está haciendo recio, no. Está poquito.
Oops. This is, George got disconnected. Is letting me know.
Maestro, cuando haga su appointment para la vacuna, me apunta a mí también, ¿no?
No me puedo ni apuntar yo, Lupita. It's your personal information. I don't know your personal information. You have to do it yourself.
I know. I try.
Yeah, no, it's hard for everybody.
Lupita. Lupita, allí oprimen el teléfono 211 y le asisten si no puede entrar usted.
Yeah, if you're over 65, you don't even have to do it through the internet.
Yeah.
If you're
you
over
just go
65,
through that assistant number.
You can call the number. That's the nice thing. And there's more available for 65 and older than, like I'm 61, so I don't qualify for that. I'm qualifying through the tier 1, which is education. And
what was the number that we need to dial?
No, only if you're 65. It's only for 65 and older.
Mr. Vasquez, did you get my text message?
Right now?
Yes.
But I believe the number to dial is 211.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's so hard to get through on that.
Yeah, good luck with that, right?
None of these things is working. It's just, they're terrible. Ooh. When I did it, I go, I'm gonna just piece of cake. I'm gonna do it really easy. Nope. Okay.
Mr. Vasquez, I'm sorry, I have a question.
Sure.
You know when you can't see all the ribbon, because I had to open another account on the Microsoft Office and another browser. And I'm not getting all the ribbon. I just get partial. I forget, what do we have to do?
Well, remember that this thing right here, when you click on switch ribbons, it will make it bigger. Look at.
When you click on what, I'm sorry?
It's like a little arrow right on the corner. I don't know if you can see it. Let me.
Mr. Vasquez.
Right here? Ahí? Oh, okay.
Yeah, and that one makes it a.
Hay una arrow y hay unas dots. Ay, ahora sí, ya. Thank you, Mr. Vasquez.
See, the dots means that there's not enough more options available, see?
Oh, okay.
But if you click on
ya
that,
me salió toda because it was like partial. Like not all of it. And you can't see everything. Pero ya ahora sí, ya. Gracias, Mr. Vasquez.
Mr. Vasquez.
Yeah, Jorge.
Mr. Vasquez.
Yeah.
On the word, on the last sentence where it says Facebook, is Facebook OF or OR?
Oh, yeah, or call. Sorry, or.
Okay.
Yeah, or call. Yes, for more information, visit us on Facebook or call 816-555-7733. No, I don't see it. Conversations.
I'm finished, Mr. Vasquez.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Let me know when we're ready to continue, okay?
Ready.
All right. Everybody good, or we need more time?
We're okay, I think.
All right, so the first thing they always want us to fix on this thing is usually the headline. And if I'm going over the steps here, it says center the headline and the signature line. So this is the headline. So I'm gonna say, when you wanna center something, let me tell you, you don't even have to highlight anything. You can just click the mouse anywhere on the line, like this line, the headline, and then go to center.
Okay.
And it will be centered. You don't have to highlight it for centering, okay? You have to highlight to change the text, bold, and do all this other style things, but to center it, you don't have to. Also, they want us to center the signature line, they call it. This is the signature line, so let's center that too. Right here, center. So notice, you can see it that good because I'm zoom in. If I zoom out, you can see my center line, see? Let me go back in here. All right, so that was step number 4. Next, to change the font size of the headline to 48 points, and the font is Franklin Gothic. That's what they want. So this one we do have to highlight it now. So I'm gonna highlight this. I'm gonna go 48 points. Wow, it's huge. And then they want us to use Gothic, Franklin Gothic, and they're in alphabetical order. Here it has medium, but they want heavy. We don't have heavy. So medium is the one we're gonna use.
So, sorry to interrupt. I don't have on my home the numbers to change. I know how to change the size and the thing, but on my bar, on my toolbar, I don't have where are the numbers. I can't remember where that's located.
On the home tab?
Yeah, I went to the home.
And you don't see these numbers?
No.
So maybe something with your menu. Is your menu
Did I go to file?
No, file is when you want to save it.
Right.
So you click on home.
I have the undo, the clipboard, a paintbrush, the capital bold, the italic, the U, the bullet.
You don't have this part.
No.
Let me check, because if I have this right here, You're clicking on the little arrow. Remember the little arrow that it shows? Maximize your window. Maybe because you're working on a reduced window. Maximize the window just to see if it's there.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, usually it hides it when there's not enough room to
Okay.
show it all, okay?
You want that 48?
Yeah, the one's 48 in Franklin Gothic, okay?
Thank you.
I forgot how to create the size again.
So you highlight it.
Right.
And see this little floating bar, you can use this floating bar to do it, or you can do it over here. It's the same thing.
Yeah, but there's several different Franklin Gothics. Which one do you want?
Do you have the heavy one?
Yeah.
Use the heavy.
Okay, thank you.
48 Gothic, correct?
Yeah, 48 Franklin Gothic is called.
Franklin Gothic.
Yeah, it'll be in alphabetical order. So if
And
you
where
go
do I
down,
find the Franklin?
yeah, it says Franklin Gothic Medium. It's the one I have.
Mr. Vasquez.
¿Mm?
No tengo esa yo.
¿No tiene Franklin Gothic Medium? Well, just look one.
Se pasa al Comic Courier y ya se pasa a la G, a la Georgia, Microsoft.
Just find one that looks like this one. That looks kind of like bolded, heavy, really dark. It will be okay. Any one that you have that is available, it's okay.
Okay.
I don't have the one I have. Because there's another one. Arial Black is good too. Look at.
Como Arial Black? Okay.
Yeah, because that will be kind of similar to Franklin Gothic. In case you don't have Franklin Gothic, okay? Because I'm going by the book. The book, that's what they want. They want that one. It says Franklin Gothic or a similar font. So anything that it looks like that one is fine.
I put the Arial Black.
That's fine, yeah.
Nada más que se hizo en dos partes.
Entonces, what size is it? 48?
48.
Yeah, just go down maybe 40, size 40. If it's not there, remember you can type it, okay?
Ajá. Oh, sí.
Right. And then it says to apply the color. It's gonna be green. It says teal, but you know, I don't have that color, so we're gonna use the green. Green accent 6 darker 25. Would that be okay? Dark teal, it says. I don't even know what dark teal is. It's a totally different color. So we're gonna use just green because that's what it shows here, that it's green.
Okay.
I'm gonna use the green darker 25%. Accent 6. See, like that one is good. Because the theme of this is gonna be green. All right, so since we made already some changes, we can go ahead and save it at this point, okay? And then continue. Right here, just gonna click right here and then save it as it's on step number 3 of the page number 53, okay? In case you have your book. It says lab 1-1. And then it says commodity trading flyer. Okay. Commodity trading flyer. And I'm just gonna press enter once you're done typing it. Lab 1-1 commodity trading flyer. And then just press enter. And the new name will appear up here. So you see my new name here. Just make a little box around it so you guys see it here.
Mr. Vasquez.
I'm sorry, commodity what?
Lab 1-1 commodity trading flyer. Yeah, George?
Yeah, Mr. Vasquez.
Yes.
On this screen, on the top blue bar where we have search, what would you search right there?
Where on the screen? I'm trying to look for it.
On the blue bar, on top of the blue bar. What it says search inside of the gray bar?
Oh, I guess search it in the document. So let's see, if I put investors, let me see. No, you find in document. If I click find in document, it will highlight the word. See, investors, notice how it made it yellow? So it will look within the document for words and things like that.
Oh.
Here it is. It has two matches. It says one here, and then, no, that's it. So that's what it's for. You can search within the document or online.
So it's for search for a document?
Search within the document for a word or something. This is only one page, but if you had a document, let's say a core document, 100 pages, it will be a great idea to search for the word that you're looking for. Usually when I get you know, like I don't know, like something that it has a lot of pages, then I can use that feature to find things, you know. But this is only one single page. You can just actually see it.
How do you, so I don't understand. How do you search for it?
Right here.
Oh, in the search bar?
Yeah, because he was asking me what was this search for.
Oh,
and
I see.
And this is not the search bar of the browser.
Right.
This will be up here. This is a search bar for Word.
Okay.
All right. We can continue now. It says make sure that you rename the file instead of document 5 or whatever document number was. You're gonna change it to Lab 11 Commodity Trading Flyer. Okay. Now the next thing it says change the font. Now change the font size of the body. Copy between the headline and the signature line to 24 points. All right. So all this is going to be 24 points. Let me show you. All this, before that, the signature line, all this right here is going to be 24 points. Then 24 points. So I'm going to go right here and set it up to 24 points. Okay. And they want us to change the font of the, okay. They want us to use Book Antigua, it's called. So right here, I don't know if you guys have it. I don't even know if I have it. Oh yeah, I have it. Look, Book Antigua is the name of the font. So there it is. I changed the font to Book Antigua for the for this part of the text. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. And also they want us to do the signature line right here. This signature line, they also wanted size 26 and Book Antigua. So I'm gonna go size 26 and also Book Antigua. 26 and Book Antigua is the name of the text, okay, or the font.
Have that.
Now, if you don't have it, then find something similar, because it says anything that is similar is fine. All right. Now here's where we're gonna do the bullets. Let me zoom out because my thing is getting bigger and bigger. You guys can see less and less. So here. See, now it's taking shape now as a flyer. So the only thing I need to do now is do the bullets. So I highlight this right here. These are gonna be my bullets. This bullet, notice that it has is actually 2 lines. It's okay. So we got 4 bullets: the agricultural, energy, livestock, and metals commodities, risk management strategies, beginning and experienced investors, located at 1134 Cedar Road in Donner. So all those 4 lines are bullets. All right. So let's go ahead and convert them into bullets. So I'll go to the bullets right here. And then one just that little, I see that the image on page 53 of the textbook, and it's just regular bullets. Those little dots bullets.
I can't find my bullets, Mr. Vasquez.
They should be on the home. Make sure you click on home. And then
I'm on home. But I have a half a screen.
So maximize it in order for you to see the whole thing. Maximize it briefly, do
Oh,
the
wait.
bullets, and then you can
I
go
found
back to the minimum size.
Thank you.
All right, so the one that's just regular bullets, okay. So look at my document, has the regular bullets now. I'm zooming out a little bit so you can see more of it. Says bullet, the 4 lines I did. Okay. And now notice how I'm fixing things little by little. They want us to fix things, and at the end, we're gonna add the picture. The picture is the last thing you wanna add, okay? So the next thing I'm gonna do is, says utilize the word all. So this word right here, we're gonna make it italic. So by clicking on the letter I right here, italics. See that? It changes the text difference. You didn't notice that? Okay, if I take the italics, it looks that way. Italics is a handwriting. All right, so they want us to change that. In the same paragraph says, change the color of the words Jensen Investments to, see the image, because I think it's the same green that we, the same green that we have for this. So this part right here, I don't think in the exclamation point, no, just the word Jensen Investments. So these two words, this is the name of the company. I'm gonna go to the colors right here and select the green accent 6, darker 25%, which is the same as this one up here. See that?
Green.
The same color as the commodity trading for Jensen Investments.
A real quick interruption, Mr. Vasquez. When I'm doing the italic, I don't need to highlight it. I just need to put the bar anywhere on all, and I can click the italic.
And that's it. Okay, so let me check here. Oh yeah, it does it. Good job.
Yeah, because I tried highlighting it and I want to do it, and then I just put the bar anywhere on all, and it.
It does that. But look at it. I don't know if I can change that text. Oh yeah, it does change the text too. Oh wow. All right, so that's a good.
We discovered something together.
Yeah, because this is a new version. I guess Word never did that. You had to highlight the word.
Wow, because I was trying to highlight it, and mine wouldn't let me highlight it, and then I just put the bar on there, and I was frustrated, and I clicked.
And it didn't. Remember, to highlight is 2 clicks. You know, double click and it highlights.
Right.
All right. So that's the done.
And then Jensen Investments, we have to highlight, and then change the
color to the darker 25. And then number 13 says underline the word "and" in the 3rd bulleted paragraph. This right here. We're gonna underline it. I'm highlighting it so I guess so you guys can see it, but you don't have to highlight it. Thanks for noticing that, Keith. It's a bad habit of mine.
Yes, the and.
Great teacher.
It's right here, from beginning and experienced investors.
What's the color green on Jensen Investments?
The color is the same color as the commodity trading, the headlining, the headliner, the same thing as the headline. So it is green, darker 25%. I think that's the one, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see.
But the letter stays the same.
Yeah, it is that one. It's just that it looks lighter.
It looks lighter for some reason.
Yeah.
All right. So, and then it says, bold the text in the signature line and change its color to, again, the darker 25% green. So, wow, is the whole thing? Let me check that. I'm looking at the finished product. Yeah, that's how they want it. So this right here, it's gonna be highlighted. And then we need to make this the same color, green, 25% green. And it has a border, but I don't know if we can do borders here.
My quickly, my phone number is highlighted blue. Everything else is green, 25%.
If you bring the mouse on the green area and right click, does it have something hyperlink or?
No, that's just it. I mean, when I do the WW like we did in the other
Here we didn't do it though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm perplexed a little bit, because everything is 25% green, but my 816555 number is highlighted blue.
If you right click on it, does it give you the option to remove hyperlink or edit hyperlink and then delete it? Remember like you did it the last time?
Yes. There's, well, I got a window that says synonyms, translate, set proofing language.
Look for edit hyperlink or remove hyperlink. Or edit hyperlink. Or edit link.
I don't have that. I have paste text only.
No, keep going. It's kind of like on this area where I'm showing here. Somewhere in this area will be, if you have a hyperlink.
It just goes from set proofing to new comment.
All right, do this. Just delete the number and then type it again. Maybe that will fix the problem.
Yeah, crazy. Now it went back to green. I didn't have to do anything.
Oh, wow.
I know. You're a magic man, Mr.
No, you believe me, all these things, we get these weird things, you know, this weird response.
Wait a minute, the lottery numbers. Hold on.
Mine is showing a blue line underline.
Yeah, it's the same thing that Keith was saying.
Facebook.
On Facebook?
Uh-huh.
Do you put facebook.com or no, just Facebook?
Just Facebook.
Oh, that's strange. We have to do the same thing because it created what it is. It created a hyperlink. So we have to disable the hyperlink. If you right click on the word that is highlighted like that, underline blue, you can see where it says edit link or remove link, something like that. See, I don't have it, so it doesn't show me. But it says something, remove hyperlink or edit hyperlink or link. And then you can go in there and delete the link. It allows you to delete it. I don't know why it's creating a link on your guys's.
I think it's residue from when we did the hyperlink, and we're just.
So it says display test Facebook, and then on the bottom it says address. What should I put in there?
No. Does it say remove or delete?
No.
Okay, before you go into that menu, if you right click, just cancel that for now. Cancel it.
Uh-huh.
If you right click on the word again, over here somewhere does it say remove link or delete link or something like that? Tell me the options that you see right here where I'm showing here.
I have link.
And then what else?
I have leave a subject.
All right, you don't have anything, edit link or remove link, no?
No.
Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. So if I go .com, I'm gonna create a link. Look at. Oops, no, it doesn't want to. Let me see if I put www then. It should do the link here. So I go space there. See, that's how you have it, kind of like this.
No, I just have it as you write it on Facebook.
Okay, because this one is a hyperlink. See, I can remove link is what I was showing that you have it. See, it will remove it. But
no, it doesn't.
If you don't have that, then I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it says click to see suggestion.
And can you highlight the word and then try to make it green? See if it changes.
There you go. I got it.
All right. Good job. So let's continue. Now look at class. I'm looking at this thing. It says to.
Thank you.
No, I didn't do nothing. You did it yourself, so that's good. You know what? It has some sort of green here. It's kind of like using the highlighter here, but I don't know if I have any green here. There are two dark greens. Let me see. See, you couldn't see the other green. So this one, tampoco. So all these are really dark greens. But then we can do, look at, if we use the highlight green and we go over here and change the font color to a lighter, a very light green, like this one right here, 80%. Can we see it? Let me see. 80% green. Let me show you what I'm doing here. 80% green. See that?
Yeah.
All right, so let me show you how I did this. Let me undo it and then do it again. All right, so the first thing is I highlighted the text. And then I go ahead and apply the highlight green, dark green, because there's one dark green, the other one is dark cyan. So we're gonna do the dark green. And then I'm gonna go over here to the text and do the 80% green, lighter green. But I have to highlight it again too. So highlight it again and then do 80% green. So now when I click away, it looks really nice because it's combining the two greens. It looks like white, but it's a lighter green.
Mr. Vasquez?
Which green?
You highlight 80%? Yeah, 80% for the text, and on the highlighter, which is the kind of like, looks like a highlighter right next to it, is this dark green. Dark green for the highlight and 80% for the text. Make sure you keep it highlighted. If it doesn't change, you have to highlight it again. Highlight again and then do the 80% right here, which is this at the very top.
Mine won't, when I highlight it, it won't get the darker, it won't do the darker green.
Do it again.
On the background.
Highlight it again. And it's right here, look at, is this highlighted? It says highlight. It's the one that looks like a pencil.
Oh, okay.
And it does right here, dark green.
What is the font? What is the font color that you picked?
For the whole thing, I think it was the let me check here. It's the Book Antigua. For these two, I use Book Antigua.
Oh, okay. Yes, but for the green on the bottom, for the little letters to look brighter.
Okay, I use for the highlight, I use the dark green, and for the letters, I use the 80% lighter.
80%. Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And that makes a really nice combination.
Because even though I'm putting the 18% on my computer, it looks kind of dark. It doesn't look bright as in your computer.
Oh, I got it.
Can you switch it to white then instead of green?
Yes.
Highlight it again.
And I did it on that light color and it still doesn't come out.
It won't work if you do the letters first and then you do the highlight. Because I was having the same problem.
Oh, I wasn't highlighting.
So do the highlight first and then the text. I did the highlight first and then the text second.
Yeah, it wasn't working for me doing the highlighter first and then the text. So I did the text
opposite, okay.
and then the highlighter.
All right.
Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, Sue.
I'm having trouble.
You
know, I highlighted it and it turned the dark green, but when I moved my cursor.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Now highlight it again. Highlight it again, and then now do the text.
But the dark green won't stay on the background. It doesn't, when I move the cursor, it goes back to gray.
Oh, okay. If you look at, let's do it here again. If you highlight all this, notice when I'm highlighting it, it looks gray.
Yeah.
Now and then I go to the highlighter first and then apply the dark green. Once I do that, it's gonna go away. So I have to look at, see, I have to highlight it again for the second time and then go back to the text and then do the 80%. So you have to do it in two steps. First step, you highlight the whole text and then you convert it into the highlight dark green, highlight it again and then do the 80% green and it should work.
When you say highlighted, it's back to gray,
select
right?
it, yeah, select the text like this. When you selected it, it's gonna look gray, so it's fine.
Okay. So I wanna.
And then once you're done, it will go away and it may be just dark completely. Highlight it again, it's gonna turn green again. I mean gray, and then go to the 80% lighter text.
Now I lost the word for. On yours, the very first word on the green?
Just
I
type it
lost
again.
it. I don't know what happened.
Maybe it got deleted, or do you see dark, or you see it gone completely?
Gone completely. Where? How do I? Oh, it's down after the number.
Okay, undo then. Somehow you move the text, so go ahead and undo. Using this link right here, undo it. Don't do anything right now, just go to undo, and it will recover it right here. Just click it one time, and if it doesn't happen, click it again.
Oh, it took my color away. Is what it's
No,
done.
it's okay, but you got you got the word back, yeah, because you undid the action. That's what it is.
Okay.
All right, so let's continue here. Okay, so we're on the serialize. We did done. Change the zoom to the entire page. They want us to zoom out so the entire page is visible. So here you see my entire page. Now they want us to insert the picture. Hey, you're almost done. We just need the picture. Just a picture of a harvest they want, okay? So we're gonna go insert. Picture. Well, before you do that, make sure you bring your cursor over here to the area that we left open, you know, after the headline, right here. So notice how the blinking is blinking right here. That's where you need to be in order to insert the picture right here, okay? So notice when I click right there, it's blinking. That's where the picture is gonna be inserted. So make sure that you do that before you get the picture. Now I can go insert picture, Bing pictures. And I'm gonna look for harvest. Enter. And a picture like this they want. I'm looking at the flyer. The flyer has a picture of those. Look at. I don't know if you can see it, but you can barely see it here. It's a picture of a harvesting. So that's what they want for the flyer.
La calabaza. Harvest.
No, not the calabaza, not the pumpkins. This right here.
¿Como la cosecha?
Yeah, la cosecha. This.
The one with the truck.
The harvest with the truck. That's what they want.
Oh.
So there's two right here. I don't know if there's any more here. No. In the old days, the Bing, you click on a picture, and it had the you can get more pictures like. Yeah, see here, I click on Creative Commons only. It gave me a little bit more of the same.
If you go further down, there's one.
Huh?
If you go further down, it's next to a truck with tomatoes.
Uh-huh.
But it's a sunset kind of a picture. Oh, that's nice.
No, they want this type of pictures right here. Harvesting is that they want, because that's what they're showing on the flyer. So.
Can we pick any picture we want?
Any picture you want, that's fine. Okay, I'm gonna put this one here. And why did I put this one? Look at the green of the truck. It matches the green on my on my flyer. So you notice how it gives that kind of like continuity of the flyer. Of the theme, basically, you know, green theme with a.
Now we have 2 pages because it's too big.
And that resize the picture. Remember, make sure you lock the aspect ratio before you resize. Mine was perfect. I like this one, but I'm going 2 pages. Never mind. So I have to resize it. All right. So make sure you lock the aspect ratio before you start resizing.
Okay.
And then go ahead and resize. So maybe 3 inches will do. And don't forget that we have to center the picture because it's not in the center. So we do that on the home tab.
No, it's got to be smaller than 3.
It's smaller than 3. Let me see. Mine, wait a minute. Mine fit with 3 inches, but I can go a little smaller just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to go a little smaller here. My aspect ratio button is on. So I'm going to go 2.5 maybe. Let's see how small it is. Yeah, 2.5 is good. So now look at, not only I reduce the size, but I also center it, okay? Don't forget to, in the home tab, center it too. Yes?
click on it and then go to the center.
Yeah, center
Wait.
it so it's in the middle of the page.
Okay, could you just?
How many pages did it take you to find that picture?
You know what I did? Let me show you what I did on this. So when I went to insert picture, and I put harvest, and then right here, look at this button right here. I click on this button, it says Creative Commons only. So when I click on this, it gives me nothing but harvest pictures.
Oh, okay.
Clever.
Clever.
So I can actually do that, and it gives me different pictures. Look at, and here I found more.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a nice thing that it can give you more of the same by clicking on that button here.
Okay, I found it. Beautiful.
All right, yeah.
Mr. Pablo, can you please, I'm sorry, Mr. Vasquez.
Yeah,
Can you show me one more time how to make it smaller?
Okay, you double click, let me zoom in because I'm zoom out and
Thank
my
you.
picture just got really small. All right, so I click on the image twice to make sure that is selected.
Okay.
Once I click twice, this menu will appear right here.
Oh,
I'm gonna click on lock, which is lock aspect ratio. When I click on the little box and then reduce it, I went 2.5 inches on mine. So that way it fits perfectly on my one page.
Okay, so click it twice. Let me see.
If you double click on the picture twice, it activates the picture tools.
And then centering again?
And then center it, yeah, center it on the home tab. You go home tab.
Wait, 1 minute, please, 1 minute. Hang on.
Make sure that it's still selected.
Go to home?
Yeah, on the home, and then right here on the text alignment, center.
Okay, thank you.
And then the last thing, class, is double click on it again, and then go to the styles, picture styles, and they want us to use. Let me see. It's I closed my textbook. Let me open it again.
And once you get
¿Podemos poner la foto que quieramos o esa porque no me aparece?
No, any picture you like is fine. Okay.
Okay.
They want us to use the picture. Oh, this style right here, the round. Mine is already round, but they want this rounding of the corners here, which I already have. But there's one style here that does that too.
We do the beveled oval black.
See right here? Yeah, no, they want us to use this one right here. It's called bevel rectangle.
Bevel rectangle, okay.
So it will make it, look at that, it will make it really nice, like a 3D, like if it was kind of like a,
okay.
Like a glass type of picture, really nice. Look at it gives it that really nice effect.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the one they want. And we're done with it. Wow, that was pretty fun. We did all kinds of things, and it was.
Yes.
Let's see,
How can I find the bevel?
Oh no! Wait a minute. It says it's adjusted spacing below. Okay, on the paragraphs. One last thing, class. We still have 5 minutes. I'm gonna do it really fast.
Yeah.
Notice how this all is. Look at one thing you need to notice here. If you look at this, my bullets are too close to the signature line and too close to this first part. So they want us to make sure that we separated that. How do we do that? What question? Okay, you can round up the photo. Keith, remember how are you still having the same problem as the last time? Those pictures? Oh my God.
I can't round the photos. I
All
can't turn it to a 45 degree.
Well, you got the round picture. It's good though. It's already rounded.
The photo's in there. It's centered. It looks great.
All right, they leave it alone. But let me show you this right here. They want us to look at one thing that they usually want us to move the text, not to press enter and move it, but we can use the alignment, the lines right here. Look at I think it's this dots right here. No, line spacing. Here it is. Let me show you here on this corner. I'm gonna highlight this text first, all the bullets, and I'm gonna go line spacing. Look at. No, that's not it. It's here it is. Add space before paragraph and after paragraph. I'm gonna do before paragraph. Look at, because it's too close. You notice it's too close to both of them. So I'm gonna go add a space before paragraph. And I already did. I guess it did it automatically. And then add a space after paragraph.
What do you get? I'm
Right
on
here.
paragraph. I don't have those things, that box on mine.
Yeah, right here. It's on the little dots over here.
Okay,
Oh.
once you're there, then what?
And then you go where it says line spacing. And first I click on add space before paragraph. And now I'm gonna click on add space after paragraph. Look at.
Okay, you went to line space first, and then what did you do?
I went.
You have to highlight the paragraph first.
Correct. And then you're at line spacing. I got that. And then what did you say to do?
I highlighted it and I went to the line spacing.
Right.
Add space before paragraph.
Okay.
Well, wait a minute. I went to line spacing and it says multiple, and then it says.
No, go way down the bottom. Down the bottom it says, well, mine says remove because I already added it, but it will say on yours add space before paragraph.
Alignment, text, after text, special, before, after, line spacing. That's what it says.
I want add a space before paragraph.
Okay.
I don't have that.
Okay, so you're in the wrong part of the menu.
Okay, wait a minute.
So it's on the little dots right here.
Yeah, I went on the little dots.
And then the first option says line spacing. When you hover the mouse.
Oh, line spacing, okay.
And then if you go at the very bottom, it says add space before paragraph. You go ahead and click on that.
Yeah.
And see the other one, it should also move that paragraph, but it's not moving it. So I'm gonna highlight this right here, look at, and add a space before the paragraph on this one too. So we'll move it down is what my point that I wanna show you, look at. So notice how I moved it down? I don't know if you saw it, but now it separated the bullets from the signature line and from the first paragraph.
So again, one more time, please, sir.
I highlighted this,
yes.
and then I moved the paragraph by adding a space before the paragraph. I highlighted this other one, for more information, the signature line, and I did the same thing.
Add a space before the
Add a space before paragraph. And if you notice carefully, it moves it down. So.
Yes.
So that's it. It separated the two paragraphs from the bullets. Not a lot, but enough that is noticeable. All right, so that's it.
Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah.
Mine after editor on the ribbon bar, it doesn't have the 3 dots on there where it allows me to change it.
No?
No.
If you have the
I'm
ribbon.
I'm on the home.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Yours is going to be, you know what? Yours is on a different area. Let me maximize this. Yours is going to be special. No. Where is it? Yours is
on the drop down under paragraph?
I think so.
Paragraph options?
Yes, if I highlight it here, let me see. And I go paragraph options here. Yeah, it'll be right here. But you have to see before text, you have to add how much you want to, not indentation, I'm sorry. Before, here it is, look at spacing before and after. You have to do it manually. But just do, I don't know how many points they have. So we could have done it there also. Either way, it would have worked.
Mr. Vasquez, can you show me how to do the bevel again?
Yeah, so it doesn't have it, it doesn't let me.
So should I just put like 2 points?
2 points, yeah. As long as it brings it down. Jorge, you click on the picture, 2 clicks on the picture to activate the picture styles. And it's this one right here, look at.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? This one right here. On the last row, and then actually last column, row number 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay, got it.
3, 4, yeah, because there's 5 rows. All right, so we're done pretty much. It's already 8. So let's go ahead and make sure that it's saved. How do I know it's saved? Well, mine says saved 2 minutes ago.
Or on OneDrive.
So I just click again and press enter to be safe.
Wait, say that again?
I just click on the name and then press enter.
Do we send it to you, Mr. Vasquez?
Yeah, and then don't forget to share it with me. I have still the on the chat. I put my email, so you can just copy and paste it.
No name? We don't have to type our names?
No, no, because it sends me a copy. It actually shares your document, so it makes it easy. You don't have to attach it or any of that. You just share the link, and I get the link, and I can log into your document.
We have to include the .com. I know it's pavis59@outlook.com.
Yeah. As you type the first words, it will show automatically.
And then just hit send.
And hit send, and you're good.
That's it. Got it.
All right. Wow, everybody did really good today. You guys
Thank
are
you.
sharper and sharper by the day.
Vasquez, have a great weekend.
You too.
Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Wait
Wait a minute, isn't today Tuesday?
It's barely Tuesday, guys. We still have another day. Thursday. We'll come back on Thursday. Don't forget.
Brain dead. Brain dead.
No, it happened to me too in the morning. I don't know why.
It's okay, Linda. You're a teacher. You're tired.
Hey, listen, I'm so freaked out about starting school, and I have to learn so much and go to school for 2 days straight, 12 hours a day. I don't know what I'm doing. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Get enough rest and prepare for that.
Good night, everyone.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you for
Good night,
everything.
everybody. Thank you. Don't forget.
Thank you, Mr.
As soon as I'm done with
Mr.
this,
Vázquez, quiero preguntarle algo.
Sí, Alma, go ahead.
Es que cuando hicimos lo de la foto, no le alcancé a ponerla a la orilla. Se la puse, pero yo creo que no escuché bien el nombre y no lo puse. No puse el que era, pues.
Okay, let me show you which one it is. Let me switch back to my document here.
Y luego ya no me perdí de cómo lo puse.
So two clicks on the picture. It shows the picture styles, and it's this one right here. Vivo rectangle is called.
No, que ya me salió. Picture styles, ¿y cuál es?
Styles, and then it's Vivo rectangle is the last row.
Vivo row.
Last column, I'm sorry, row number 4.
Y me debe de quedar todo en una sola hoja, ¿verdad?
Yeah. Si no, then you need to resize the picture, make the picture smaller.
Ok.
Así es como se ajusta. Yeah.
Mr. Vasquez?
Yes, Sue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just want to let you know, next Thursday, I'm going to be late again. I'm working this week, so I'm off a little bit later. Okay?
No, okay, thanks for letting me.
Thank you very much. Have a nice week.
Good night, Mr. Vasquez.
Good
Thank you for
night, everybody.
everything.
Bye-bye. I'm ending it for the recording in 3, 2, 4. What is it? 3, 2, 1, 0. Good night.